y'all, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Joelle, and I talk about all things beauty, lifestyle, and so much more on my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 super duper popular weight loss tips that are actually poo. Like, despite their popularity within the world and within just the country and media and everything, these tips are actually not so good for you. Tip number 1 is that all carbs are bad, or that I need to go on a no carb diet or a low carb diet if I want to lose weight. And this is complete, like, just garbage. First of all, there's like no way to avoid carbs. Carbs are in literally just about every single piece of food that you can think. Even foods that we consider to be like high protein or high fat foods will have even like a speckle or a smidgen of carbs in them. Second of all, even though when you break down like all carbs into their simplest unit, which is like a glucose molecule, simple carbs versus complex carbs are broken down in your body differently. Like, simple carbs will be the one that are broken down quickly, that kind of go right through you, that cause your glycemic index to shoot up, whereas the complex carbs will do all of the opposite. And I think that carbs just overall just get a bad rep because we group all carbs into one category, and all like the downsides to like simple carbs that happen in your body, we blame that on complex carbs as well, whereas the complex carbs, they don't do that. Complex carbs are actually good for you. They have a tendency to include whole grains and other vitamins that your body really needs. It takes your body like longer to break down complex carbs. They keep you fuller longer. In addition, your brain is literally one of the few, or I think it might even be the only organ that literally runs exclusively on glucose. Like, you need carbs just for your very brain to get energy. Just for your very brain to get energy and to like just function properly. Like, carbs are 100% necessary. Carbs taste good. Carbs are good. You literally do not have to cut them out in order to lose weight. The second super popular like health tip or weight loss tip that's actually a myth is that nuts are a healthy snack. I know, right? It's like, Joelle, what are you talking about? Nuts have all these nutrients and vitamins, they have healthy fats. What do you mean they're not a healthy snack? I mean, they can be a healthy snack. Unfortunately, the way in which like the standard person consumes them kind of makes them not healthy, or kind of causes you to consume like a whole lot of calories in one sitting than you're supposed to be. Nuts are full of like healthy fats and whatnot and other nutrients and vitamins, but people have a tendency to forget is that a fat, whether that is a unsaturated fat versus a saturated fat, is still 9 calories per gram. If you're trying to lose weight, you do need to be in like a caloric deficit, and consuming like 2 bags of trail mix a day is not going to help you to be in that deficit, because nuts are a high fat food that also makes them a high calorie food. So if you're eating nuts, like if you're eating like a bowl of nuts, you can eat literally 300 calories in one setting without even realizing that you're doing so. If you do want to continue to include nuts in your diet or snack on them, don't think of them as a snack. Consume them more like supplements. Consume just like a few nuts at a time, and just take into account like the serving size, the calories, the nutrition facts, and everything. Like, definitely take that into account, because we have a tendency to forget that nuts, because they are high in good fats, that makes them also high in calories. So therefore, don't reach for like nuts as your go-to snack all the time if you are trying to lose weight. The third false tip is that you need exercise to lose weight. Now, don't get me wrong, exercising and eating healthy just creates like an overall healthy lifestyle, and you honestly need exercise. You do just need to exercise overall. It's good for your heart, it's good for your body, it just helps prevent so many different types of diseases, but you don't 100% like need exercise in order to lose weight. The whole science behind weight loss is just your body being in a caloric deficit, which causes you to lose weight over time. So honestly, as long as you're in like a caloric deficit from your original basal metabolic rate, then you will lose weight. Like, you don't need exercise. Now, I'm not telling you to just not exercise, because there are too many like healthful benefits to exercise to like completely ignore or exclude exercise from your day-to-day routine. However, it's not 100% necessary to lose weight. And just a big old disclaimer, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not God. Like, literally, if you're doing any of these things and they're helping you lose weight, then be for it. I promise you, you know your body better than I do, so keep going on with it. This is just kind of just rules and guidelines and just science that show that these may not be like the best ways to try and like lose weight. But I am a nutritional science major who attends the University of Georgia, and I am studying my 4th year in my major. So this is all just a combination of, you know, the things that I've learned in the last 3 years and just personal research that I've done on my own, because I've honestly just been truthfully interested in the topic of like health and wellness and nutrition since I was like in high school. So yeah, the 4th tip that I'm busting is that you need to count your calories. I don't know about y'all, but I've tried calorie counting in the past, like to help with weight loss, and it is literally one of the most exhausting things in the world. It made me want to quit dieting in the first place. You honestly do not need to like count your calories in order to lose weight. Just be mindful of what you're eating. Be mindful of maybe like high fat, high calorie foods that you're eating, or that you have a habit to eat like over a period of few days, and cut those out of your diet. If you find that you snack a lot as well, instead of grabbing like chips or chocolate, try and grab like an apple or grab grapes or grab other like low calorie snacks that'll help to curb that snacking habit that you may have. It is a million times easier to just kind of replace and cut back versus, oh my goodness, I had a bowl of cereal today. I had a quarter of a cup of it, and that was 200 calories. And then calculating that you had half a cup of milk, that was 400 calories. Like, just cut back on those foods that you know are high calorie foods, or excess snacking that you have a tendency to do throughout the day. I really thought that I wouldn't have to include this 5th tip. I really thought that we left this trend like back in 2017. But the other day, my sister, she called me and she was like,
Joelle, I got this flat tummy tea on Amazon. Like, what are your thoughts on those?
They are absolute dookie. All these companies do is pump those teas with just so many laxatives. So it's like, of course, over time when you're taking them, you're gonna lose weight because you're pooing out all the calories. But mind you, when you're pooing out these calories, you're also pooing out essential nutrients and vitamins that your body just needs for your day-to-day functions. And then over time, those teas can really just mess up with your digestive system. They can mess up with your intestinal microbiota. Not to be gross and to be just super frank, but overall, these teas, they just give you diarrhea, and diarrhea is not supposed to be something that you're experiencing like on a day-to-day basis. Over time, that really does just mess up with your system. There's a reason why when you got like diseases and disorder, diarrhea is a symptom. You're not supposed to be experiencing that. Please cut these teas out. They're not good for you at all. And then the final tip that I do want to end off with is that it takes such a long time to lose weight, or it takes forever to lose weight. That just really comes from within ourselves, because we have a tendency to set super unrealistic weight loss goals for ourselves. So it seems like it's taking forever to lose weight. Like, we tell ourselves, oh, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds in a month, or I'm gonna lose like maybe 50 pounds in 6 months. We just have to be super realistic with our weight loss goals. And just throughout your entire weight loss journey, whether you're trying to lose 5 pounds or whether you're trying to lose 50 pounds, love your body at every step. Like, that is so important. A healthy weight loss goal is always about 1 to 2 pounds a week. Like, if you go to any nutritionist, dietitian, doctors, if they really care about your health, they'll tell you it's safe to only lose about 1 to 2 pounds a week. Of course, you know, this varies as like people's body's compositions kind of differ in a way. Like, for instance, if you're a bit heavier, you might find that you lose a bit more pounds per week. But overall, that's like the safe overarching goal, especially if you find that your like BMI is in like about the normal range. And don't trust like these fad diets or these military diets that promise to lose you such and such amount of weight in such like a short period of time. There's a reason why they're just diets and why people do them for a short amount of time and never do them again, because they're not sustainable. You really do want something that's sustainable, because you can proceed with it and you can continue to do it in like your day-to-day activities. And doing these fad diets, which just cause you to be starving, cause you to be irritable, cause you to be super tired and lethargic, that's not a form of self-love. Like, you're not showing your body love when you do these fad diets and you expect to lose such and such weight and to keep the weight off. Like, there's a reason why people gain the weight back and more after they get off these diets. And then before I finally end this video, I just want to leave everyone off with a little tip or with like a little nugget. This isn't necessarily a myth buster, but like, I understand that calorie counting can definitely help create some stability for people, or some people like swear by it or like enjoy it and whatnot. So if you are one of those people, definitely create like your caloric deficit for your weight loss, around like your basal metabolic rate versus the standard, eat 2,000 calories a day that we've been hearing since we were kids. Like most females, we don't even need 2,000 calories a day. If you like calculate your basal metabolic rate, it takes into account whether like you're a female or a male, what your height is, what your weight is, what your activity level is, and it just creates just this perfect estimate of about like how many calories like you're burning just kind of doing nothing. And then you would take your minus 500 or whatever type of caloric deficit you're trying to be and like subtract that from that basal metabolic rate that you receive. Don't subtract it from 2,000. Like I said earlier, most females don't even need 2,000 calories. Like you'll find that your basal metabolic rate can even be sometimes in the 1700s, the 1800s, the 1500s even. So definitely create your caloric deficit around that versus the standard 2,000 calories a day. But that's all I have for today's video. Definitely don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you enjoyed today's video. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.